Hi, this is Mike Bredesen and Rich Johnson of the Johnson team, and one of the things we're going to talk to you about today is how to boost and turbocharge your home's appeal to buyers.
So one of the first things that happens is that the buyer drives up with the agent to the house, and it's the first impression, and it's got to be good. One of the things that is really disheartening as an agent, if you're doing an open house, is you see somebody drive up to the house, they stop, they linger for a minute, and then they drive on. And you wonder what it was that caused them to drive on rather than to come inside. And if someone calls and sets up an appointment and doesn't actually go in the house, you know something from the street is not right. So before you go too much farther in this, stop and look at your house from the curb and see if there's anything that needs to be dressed up, straightened out. Maybe the grass, maybe the flowers, maybe cleaning the entryway. Have a nice looking doormat, and make sure the doorbell rings. Make sure it works when you press it. So those are some things from the street that you can do.
That's right. One of the things, once a person comes inside, have a sign inside. Even if you do wear shoes in your house, when your house is for sale, you want to create that impression that you don't. So have a sign in front, right when they come in, a nice chair for them to sit on, put on the booties or remove your shoes, please. That really sends a great signal. Then when the agent and the buyer are in the house, they want to come in with all the lights on inside.
It's got to be bright.
Make it as bright as possible. And if you have some dark spot, because everybody does in their house, there's a couple spots that are kind of shady, put some higher wattage bulbs in that area. That really makes a big difference. Because the agent that's in the house, they may have never been there, and certainly the buyer hasn't. So you live in your house, you know the spots are a little bit shaded, brighten them up for folks.
Beyond that, the house has got to be super clean. It's amazing the number of houses that Mike and I go into, and you think, that the person has spent zero effort in getting that house prepared for sale. It's got to be clean. What'll happen is the buyer will come in the kitchen. I don't know a buyer in the world that won't actually open up the stove and look in the stove to see if it's clean or not. And if it's not, that sends a message to the buyer that maybe the seller really hasn't taken that good a care of the house. So just a little effort in that regard can go a long ways in having a good showing. The other thing that is a must is that you not be there during the showing. Also, if you have dogs or cats, have them out of the house. I showed a house last night where the seller was there, their dogs, both dogs were there, and during the showing, all that happened was that those dogs barked, and the showing didn't go well. We were probably in and out of that house in 5 minutes. So be sure to do those things if you're a pet owner.
Yeah, and one of the things you can do also is make sure the place smells good.
Yeah.
A couple ways to do that. For sure, clean the house. We talked about that. After it's clean, you can go buy hardware sales. For $55 at hardware sales, you can get an ozone machine. Makes the place smell great.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind that the ozone machine it won't work magic. The house has got to be clean, but still, if there's some lingering odors, that ozone machine will take care of it.
And you got to make sure, declutter. The more stuff you take out of your house, the better it's going to show. Clear the floor of everything, do what you can that way. And then on the structure?
With the structure, there's some mechanical things that you can do up front. If there's moss on the roof, have it cleaned off. One of the very first things that's going to happen in the inspection is, unless you do it ahead of time, that inspector is going to call for the furnace to be inspected. So do that up front. Do some things up front that are proactive. Anyway, if you follow those things, that'll start you along the road to having a successful showing. If if you want to go the next step and have a stager take a look at it, there's a lady that we've worked with for years. Her name is Lisa Scott. She does an excellent job, and we'd be happy to bring her in, have her take a look at your house, and do a consult for you.
That's right, that's right. And that we go over all that information. If you're in the market to sell your home, just give us a call at 360-303-2734, or you can email us at info@johnsonteamrealestate.com. Have a great day.
Take care.